Yo, what is good, everybody? I hope you guys are all doing well today. Your boy is finally gonna do a pod again. My apologies to anybody that fucks with the pod. Your boy's been kinda busy the past couple of weeks. One week it was my sister's birthday, and I was cooking her like a special dinner, so I didn't have time to pod. Usually I'll do my pod on a Friday. I didn't have time at all that Friday. And also then the week before that, I went to Vegas. I went on a little getaway. um but yeah, uh sorry about that. And on today's pod, we're going to talk about the NFL. I'm gonna give out my predictions on who I think is going to make it to the Super Bowl. And I'm also gonna talk about fantasy. Finally, I'm gonna recap round one of the NBA, and then I'll go over round two so far, and I'll tell you who I was gonna pick in the series. Even though most of the series are over, I'll tell you who I was gonna pick, and I'll tell you why. Um, yeah. Today should be a good one. Also, if you hear my mouse clicking or any of that shit, I'm apologizing right now. I don't have any notes. I'm gonna do this like off the top of my dome. Like, I literally was like, dude, I gotta do a pod. I've been slacking. Like, I love doing this, but I just been hella busy, so I haven't been able to do it. I have a little bit of free time today, so I'm like, fuck it. I'm gonna get it done right before the NFL season kicks off, so it's going to be perfect. Hopefully, you guys check this pod out and you guys enjoy it. Let's get into it. Also, first things first, your boy's a little tired. I just got out of work a couple hours ago, and let's just say work's been kind of cheeks. But that's all good. Let's put that shit aside. Let's get it done. First, let's talk about the NBA round one. Yes, I want to talk about the NBA round one. To me, I feel like all the round one series went how they were supposed to. Obviously, I was impressed that the Lakers won in 5 games against the Blazers. I'm gonna be honest. I did not think the Lakers were gonna close it out, and I'm gonna just keep it real. They made that shit look easy. As soon as I don't know what happened that game one, LeBron wasn't attacking. It was weird. Um, but then he was like, you know what? I got this. I got to take it over. And he just started attacking. And that was it. It just opened up everything once he started attacking. And the Lakers started shooting a bit better. So basically, 5 games. I'm impressed with the Lakers. They won in 5. Played great. And then, what was the next series? The fucking Clippers, Mavs. I was surprised the Mavs got 2 games. I'm going to be honest. Kind of sucks that Porzingis fucked up his knee. That sucks. But man, Paul George was struggling. I'm just gonna say this right now. If Paul George keeps struggling like that, the Clippers are going to have a hard time against the Lakers once they play them in the. I still think it's gonna be Lakers Clippers, in the Western Conference Finals. But yeah, Luka is a killer, dude. Nothing but respect for Luka. I like the kid. I think he's good. I will be honest though, he kind of does flop a little, but that's cool. It is what it is. He still plays hard as shit. It sucks that his ankle got injured one of the games. There's a lot of drama with Morris. I don't know. I think that shit was all kind of silly. Like, whatever. Just fucking play ball and shut the fuck up. Stop talking shit off the court. If you ain't about that life, you ain't gonna do nothing to each other. Just fucking play and shut up. Another thing, in that series, like, I noticed that Luka was attacking. He was getting buckets. He was getting buckets. It was really weird to me how they didn't put Kawhi on him. They just let the kid do whatever he wanted. I don't know. I thought that was hella weird. They should have just put Kawhi on him for the get go and just ended that series right away. When Kawhi finally did guard him, he struggled, even though he only guarded him for like 5 minutes in one game. But you saw the difference. Like, that kid had to work for everything. Paul George couldn't stop Don't Keep. I'm just gonna say that shit right now. And then, yeah, he was struggling on the offensive end, so it was kind of shitty for the Clippers. It made that series longer than it had to be. But yeah, big ups to Dallas though. They put up a good fight. I did not expect them to win 2 games. I thought it was gonna be over in 5 games. So good shit to them. And then this is the series that did not make any fucking sense to me. was the OKC was the no no yeah, it was the OKC series versus the Rockets. To me, that series, I was pretty mind blown that the Thunder kind of choked. To me, I feel like the Thunder choked that series. They ended up losing in Game Seven. Um, what was it like? Game one, Harden popped off. That's fine. You lose that game. Harden did his thing. He's dropped 35 on him. He got him a W. Game two, there was no excuse for the Thunder to lose game two. The reason I say that there was no excuse for the Thunder to lose game two, because they literally lost to the fucking bench of Houston. I think Houston had like 40 something points. Their bench had 40 points. There is no way in hell that you let the bench drop 40 points. That was literally game two, and that was huge for Houston because it put them up 2-0, and then OKC dug himself out of the hole. They won two straight, and then Houston won one, and then OKC responded, won another one. Big game from CP3, and then game seven, they fucking fall apart. I've been saying it since Billy Donovan got into the league. Billy Donovan is a fucking trash ass coach in the NBA. That play call in game seven was fucking awful. I don't know why he had to shoot a three. He was down, just like, dude, fucking shoot it too. I think the NBA's hella weird. They try to shoot way too many threes now, even when they don't need a three. Like, you can win by a point. You don't have to shoot a fucking three. I don't understand that. Steven Adams had a good matchup against PJ Tucker close to the basket, but he didn't give him the ball, and then they end up fucking turning the ball over. It was fucking ridiculous. That was just a shitty ass play call, and then everybody was just standing around in that last play. That's on Billy Donovan. That was a shitty ass play call, and ASG should have never been inbounding the ball. That's another thing that did not make any fucking sense. But whatever. Good job to the Rockets for closing that shit out. Harden was huge with that block, and you can tell both those teams were gassed. They were breaking everything that game seven. But like I said, Harden came in clutch, got that block when they were up two, and then that was it. That was all she wrote. That series was really weird to me because I really thought Steven Adams was going to be huge. He was like mediocre as shit. It sucks. But it is what it is. Good job. And then this is the series that was the most surprising, besides the Thunder Rockets, was the Denver series. I did not expect Denver to go to 7 games. Denver was clearly the better team. But whatever. Jamal Murray came back and he handled business. He got him back. And then Jokic, I'm just going to say this shit. Jokic's a fucking monster, dude. Rudy Gobert had no fucking answer for Jokic. Jokic was getting fucking buckets on that, man. I'm just going to say this shit right now. I say this all the time. No Jokic slander will be allowed in this fucking podcast ever. If you want to shit talk Jokic, I will gladly talk shit back to you because that man is a fucking baller. Skinny or fucking fat. The dude can flat out fucking play. If you haven't got the chance to watch that dude play, I highly, highly suggest you watch him play. The dude's fucking magician with the ball, man. Great passer. Great. Dude, the man was shooting 57% from fucking three. He shot that the whole series. That's fucking insane. The dude's just good, man. I don't know, man. I'm straight up. I'm on that dude's nuts. I'm just going to keep it real, dude. Right now, I'm like slobbing his shit, but he deserves it. Dude's a great player. And then the fucking Donovan Mitchell Jamal Murray battle was fucking epic. Oh man, I really hope we get to see more of that down the line. Like, dude, that shit was great. Both of those dudes were going at each other. Jamal Murray was the difference maker in this series, and well, Jokic and Murray. Rudy had his moments too. Rudy like anchored the D, did his thing. But yeah, Denver ended up pulling it out in 7 games. Also, Michael Porter Jr. played okay. I was kind of expecting the rookie to not play as good, but he played good. He played well. So big ups to them. And then let's talk about the East now. Now that that's the All West. Basically, the The fucking Bucks series was fucking boring as shit. Let's be honest. That series was boring. I'm surprised Orlando won one game. The Bucks were looking kind of weak that game. They couldn't defend the three ball. But whatever. They ended up closing out that series quick. And then the Raptors Nets, that was a wash. That was I don't even gotta talk about these series. Come on, let's be real. Like, what am I gonna say? Oh, dude, they fucking kicked their ass. Yeah, they kicked their ass. Come on. And then the Celtics, nobody expected the Celtics to win in 4 games. I said the Celtics would sweep, or it was a gentleman's sweep, and I was right. Their shooting doomed them. They couldn't shoot the three ball. Joel Embiid couldn't carry them. They couldn't guard Tatum, Gordon. Well, Gordon that one first game. They couldn't guard Tatum, Kemba, and Brown. Like I said, they just couldn't guard them. That was a big difference right there. They couldn't guard those three. They literally just let Embiid do whatever he wanted, and then the three wings just murdered everybody else and Kemba. It was pretty fucking sad. I'm gonna be honest, I thought it was gonna be a gentleman's sweep. I thought the Sixers were gonna at least get one game, but the Celtics were like, nah, we fucking got this, and they handled business. And yep, said they made it to the second round. Big ups to them. Tatum was huge that whole series. I'm pretty sure I said Tatum would average 25. He averaged 24. He averaged just under the 25 I said he would. So your boy called that shit, basically. Also, the next series was Pacers Heat. That series was fucking boring. Everybody that knows shit about ball knew that the Heat were going to win. The Pacers good regular season team. Horrible playoff team. They literally got nobody that can make plays. I feel kind of like it sucks Oladipo was hurt, because I think that series would have been way different if Oladipo was 100%. Malcolm Brogdon was injured as well, so that kind of had a role. Like, he wouldn't play as good as he could have. But yeah, the Heat handled business. Bam Adebayo did his thing. Jimmy Buckets was going off. Yeah. That's pretty much it. Recap of round one. Let's get into round two. So round two is Lakers, Rockets. Then it's Denver Clippers, and then C's Raps, Bucks Heat. Let me just go over who I was gonna pick, and then I'll tell you why, and then I'll tell you obviously what happened, since we already know what happened. Basically, I was gonna pick the Bucks. I'm not even gonna lie. I was gonna pick the Bucks in 6. I did not think the Miami Heat would stop Giannis, but they didn't really stop Giannis. They kind of stopped everybody else, and they were hitting shots. They were hitting big shots. All like Hero was hitting big shots, but Butler, Duncan Robinson, all those dudes were balling. I'm gonna be honest; those kids were shooting lights out. They did their thing. They handled their business. Like I said, I did not expect them to win that series, but they made that shit look easy. They won that series in 5 games, so big ups to them. Good fucking shit. Now let's talk about the C's rap series. The C's rap series, I've always picked the C's. I thought the C's would win this series in 6 games. I was really surprised that they almost went up 3-0, and then OG hit that big shot. That shot was huge. That shot literally lifted life into the fucking Raptors. They were on fucking life support, man. And now here we are. Fast forward a week later, we're about to see a Game 7 on Friday, which I got the C's winning that Game 7. They're going to take care of business. Hopefully, they fucking fuck shit up and get that W on Friday. But the reason I picked the C's for this series, because I felt like Jason Tatum is playing very, very well. Same with Jalen. Same with Kemba. And I thought that was going to be too much for the Raps, which it has been too much. But then the C's the C's got to stop playing shitty in the third quarter. Like, the C's have outplayed them every single game except for game fucking 5. Other than that, the C's have been playing great basketball. Like, I don't know, except for game 5, and then they lose game 6 today. Well, yesterday. Kind of sucks that they lost that one, but it is what it is. We get extra basketball. We get a game 7 for all the fucking marbles. I hope you guys are ready, because this motherfucking game is going to be fucking intense. So, good luck to both teams. as always, I'm gonna be biased. I hope the C's pull this shit out. I hope they prove me right. Uh, I'm expecting a big bounce back game from Kemba. Hopefully he comes through. But we'll see. We'll see. And now let's talk about the West. In the West, we got the Rockets versus the Lakers. To me, I feel like I was gonna pick the Lakers in 6. I think the Lakers are just gonna. Anthony Davis is gonna just murder. I feel like Anthony Davis should be murdering them on the glass and in the paint, which he is now. But I got Lakers in 6 for this one. Obviously, we're in Game 4 now, so I'm gonna be honest. I was really surprised that the Lakers lost Game 1 big. They lost by like 12 points. Like everybody kept asking me at work, like, who do you got? And to me, I feel like this series is kind of hard to predict, because if Houston is hitting the 3 ball and the Lakers are shooting like shit, which they have been, the Lakers are going to lose every game. All right, so now let's talk about the series. Like, that's exactly what happened in Game 1. The Lakers shot bad. Houston made threes. Harden played great. Westbrook not so good, but it was enough to win. I was surprised they took the Game 1. I did not expect them to win Game 1. I thought the Lakers were gonna take that Game 1. But big ups to the Rockets for taking that Game 1. And then second game, Lakers take care of business. LeBron was lights out, and then playoff Rondo was fucking, yes, playoff Rondo is a real thing. Motherfuckers gotta stop downing Rondo in the playoffs. That guy can fucking ball. Once the lights are on that dude, he doesn't give a shit. He pops off, and he's showed that the legend is true. Playoff Rondo is fucking real. So yeah, Rondo did his thing, the Game 2. And now let's fast forward to Game 3. Game 3 was like a battle. The Lakers were up like 24. Houston starts hitting threes in that third quarter. They come back. And then, who do you think saves the day? Rondo. Because literally everybody on the Lakers was playing like trash, except for AD and LeBron. That Game 3 from LeBron was a beauty. I'm not even going to lie. He almost had 30 points at the half. The man was going absolute ape shit. So, big ups to LeBron. That man was like, I'm getting this. I'm going to do what I got to do to get this dub. And he pulled it out. Even though with the help of Rondo scored 21 points. Rondo was amazing that Game 3. And also, so basically, Rondo has been the difference maker so far for the Lakers in this series, because they lose Game 2 without Rondo's 10 assists, without him being a floor general. Like, they lose that Game 2. And then the Game 3, Rondo comes through again, drops 21 points while everybody was struggling. That man was hitting threes. That man was doing it all. So big ups to Rondo for helping them win Game 3. And that monster game from LeBron. Jesus, man. I don't know. I can't, I'm not a big LeBron fan, but you got to give credit where credit is due. The man was going ape shit. He was going nuts. So good for him. He played great. I feel like this Game 4, if the Rockets really want to take this Game 4, and also another thing, I am super impressed by the Rockets having the best defense in the bubble, because dude, they're that small ball, don't let it deceive you. Like, if those dudes are hitting shots and they make the other team play small because they need the speed to defend, it makes that team very, very dangerous. Because, like, you're playing our game now. We're gonna make you run. We're gonna make you play how we want. As to, like, when the Lakers are up, they can play big. It don't matter, because Houston has to play their game because they're losing. So, but other than that, like, man, this series has been good. Like, I did not expect the series to be as close as it is. The games have not been blowouts, except for the Game 3 that the Lakers won by like 12. Other than that, the games have been super solid. But yeah, enough about the Lakers and Rockets. Let's talk about this Clippers Nuggets series. I'm not even gonna lie, I picked the Clippers in 6. But I don't think the Clippers, it's going to be Clippers in 6. It's going to end up being Clippers in 5. I think the series is over. They got no answer for Kawhi. Kawhi's just doing his thing, getting everybody involved too. It's nice to watch. Kawhi's defense has been on another level this fucking second round. He ain't fucking around anymore. It's like, all right, it's winning time, boys. And Jokic been a monster. Jokic, in order for the Nuggets to win another game, Jokic has to be a monster like he was that game. That game 2. No, the game 1. No, the game 2, because they lost game 1. Jokic was a monster game 2. The dude just went off, but the Lakers are already, the Clippers pretty much already have the formula to beat them. It's let Jokic do whatever he wants, shut down everybody else. So far, it's working. And also, big ups to Porter Jr. He's been playing okay this series. Also, Porter Jr., my mans, you need to keep your mouth shut. I know you're a little bit upset that you're not getting touches, but you're a rookie. And kind of sucks to say this, but you kind of got to know your damn place. You can't be over here shit-talking your coach, saying that your coach is doing a bad job of getting you involved. Just call for the ball. Maybe they gave you the ball. Just do what you got to do to get the ball. But also, like, as a rookie, like, it's kind of crazy that he's like, oh, well, they're not getting other players involved. And it's like, if you watch the Nuggets play, Jokic, yes, the offense runs through Jokic, but Jokic literally tries to get everybody involved. Jokic is the best passing big man in the NBA. So for him to say that is kind of fucking ridiculous. It just sounds like he's just salty because he had 15 points, and then after that he said he didn't touch the ball. But was he calling for the ball? You know what I'm saying? Like if you be like, I want to be that alpha, you gotta show him you want to be the alpha. Call for the fucking ball, get a fucking bucket. Do what you gotta do to get the fucking ball. But yeah, back to before I start ranting and shit, which I already did. Sorry, but I got the Clippers in 5. This series is over already. I don't think the Nuggets get another game. They look gassed. That 7-game series is just too much for them. But yeah, like I said, my pick was Clippers in 6. It's gonna be in 5. This series is done today. Yeah. The Clippers look good. The Lakers look good. I suggest everybody tunes into that C's Game 7 on Friday. That game's going to be fucking nuts. Hopefully it's nuts. I don't want to see a blowout. I want to see a close game. But other than that, that's pretty much it for the NBA recap of round 1 and my picks for round 2 and kind of like the recap of what's going on right now. Yeah. Now we're going to talk football. Alright, so your boy's going to do his Fat Boy Pick'ems for NFL Week 1. You guys know if you were here last year when I did this, your boy was like 80% on most of them. Maybe I'll wager something again. Maybe I'll do like a beer chug if I lose. No more shots, you know. Your boy gotta chill with that shit. He's getting old. Just kidding. Fuck that. Maybe I'll do a shot. Whatever. I'll do a beer chug or a shot. Who cares? So for the first game, the Thursday night game, I'm gonna be honest. It's Houston, KC. I'm going to go with KC. KC just has too much weapons, and I feel like Houston, they're kind of like in a weird spot right now. They lost the Hall of Fame wide receiver in the weirdest trade of the offseason. I don't know how you swap DeAndre Hopkins for David Johnson. David Johnson has not had a good season in like 2 years since he broke his arm. He's been really, really mediocre. So I don't know. That trade to me made no sense. But then I see what the coach did. He brought in Randall Cobb and Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks is a good receiver when he doesn't have a fucking concussion. Sucks to say, but the dude has constantly been getting concussions. Hopefully he doesn't get any concussions this year. I do not wish any ill will on any player. It just sucks that he's always in concussion protocol. Him and Sterling Shepard last year, like they were just concussion after concussion. It was pretty fucking sad. These are young dudes. I would never want anything to happen to them. So yeah, they got Brandon Cooks, and then he got Cobb. He still has Kenny. The Houston Texans still have Kenny Stills, but Kenny Stills hasn't really been lighting it up as a Texan. And then they got Fells. I don't know. To me, I feel like the Texans are just really, really outclassed. Like KC has Kelsey second. This either quite arguably, you can argue that he's the first best tight end or the second best tight end. It all depends. They got Kelsey. They're literally like outmatched in like every single department here. I'm gonna just keep it real. KC has Tyreek Hill, Patrick Mahomes. That offense is like number one scoring offense in the league, and they're gonna show it today. This game, I'm expecting a shootout. So for fantasy purposes, if you have Patrick Mahomes and Deshaun Watson, you gotta play these two motherfuckers because this game should be a shootout. We all know what Deshaun is capable of. We know what Mahomes is capable of. This is gonna be one of those games that it should be high scoring. At least I'm expecting 4 touchdowns from each team minimum. So yeah, that's a lot of fantasy points for either your RBs or your quarterbacks, or if you have any of those as a receivers. It's gonna be a good game for fantasy if you have any of those dudes in fantasy. But this is gonna come. Well, obviously the duel is gonna be Watson and Mahomes. I think Mahomes wins this one. Mahomes got the better weapons. Slightly better defense. We'll see if the Chiefs can stop the run. I know that's a little issue they had last year. They were like kind of middle in the pack stopping the run, but we'll see how it goes. But I got KC. And then for the first Sunday game, I see that it is Seattle versus the Atlanta Falcons. Gotta go Seattle. I think Seattle's just a better team. They got the better I don't know if they don't have the better receiving core. I think the Falcons have the better receiving core, but Seattle has capable safeties to keep them in check. And I think Seattle has the better run game. To be honest, I don't know what Todd Gurley looks like. Todd Gurley is very, very hit or miss these days, but we're going to find out what the man got. I know his knees are kind of bad. He got that arthritis, but I'm going to go Seattle. And then for the New York Buffalo game, I'm going to go with the Bills. I think the Bills win by at least 2 touchdowns. This is going to be one of those games. It might look close at first, and then Buffalo's just going to turn up the D and just end fucking the Jets. I want to see how Le'Veon does, though, because that's, to me, is the Jets' best player. And last year, let's be honest, the Jets coach used that man the worst possible way. Le'Veon Bell is a fucking hybrid back. The man can catch the ball. The man can break tackles. He can get on the open field. I want to see what Le'Veon does in this game. But I got the Bills. The Bills just overall better team. Great defense. I want to see what Josh Allen looks like. Because to me, Josh Allen is like the X factor for the Bills. Josh Allen has to show, if this team is going to make a run in the postseason, because this team is a playoff team. I'm just gonna say right now, the Buffalo Bills probably will win their division, and I expect them to win their division. But I'm gonna be real with you guys. I think Josh Allen is the X factor. If that team is going to do shit in the playoffs, it's going to be on the back of the defense and on the back of Josh Allen. Because Josh Allen this year has no excuses. He has two good wideouts, a decent running back. There is no excuse for this man not to do anything in the postseason. I book it right now. This is the year Buffalo wins a playoff game finally. I'm calling that shit right now. But yeah, I got Buffalo against the Jets. I got Buffalo. And then for the Chicago-Detroit game, I got Chicago. I think that Chicago defense will get it done. I know Detroit lost Slate. So I think I got Chicago. The defense should pull it out. Defense is just going to be too much. Yeah, I got Chicago. And for the Green Bay-Minnesota game, this game is probably going to be the hardest game for me because this game can go either way. It's all going to come down to who stops who. I think Dalvin Cook will have a big game. this game. So I think this game will be close, but I think the Packers are gonna get the W. And another thing is the Minnesota literally got rid of their whole safety core, like their cornerbacks. Like I don't know what these new guys can do. I'm expecting a big game from Davante Adams. We already know they're gonna force feed that man the ball. It's coming. Can you stop it? We're gonna find out on Sunday. But I got Green Bay. And then for the Miami New England game, I would like to pick Miami, because Miami, for some weird reason, knows how to play New England. But I'm gonna go with the Pats. I think Cam Newton handles business. He ain't trying to lose his first game as a Patriot, and they take care of business and they win big, at least by like 2 touchdowns. So I'm calling that. So I got Pats that game. And then for the Philadelphia Washington game, oh my God, Philadelphia Washington, the Washington team. Oh, fuck, what a silly fucking name. They dropped the ball so hard on that. I got the Eagles, and I also think Deshaun Jackson's gonna pop off that game. Him and Zach Ertz. Those are literally the only 2 targets that Carson Wentz can pass to. Eagles, Panthers. This is another hard fucking game. Fuck. But I'm gonna go with the Raiders. I think Josh Jacobs just does a lot this game. He handles his business and he gets a W for the Rams. I don't think the Panthers are gonna be able to stop the run. I don't think the Raiders are gonna be able to stop the run either. But I like Waller and Jacobs to have a big game and take these dudes home and get them the W. I don't think Christian McCaffrey will beat them alone. I know the Pats got DJ Moore, but I don't know. We'll see. I mean the Panthers, but I got the Raiders winning that one. And then Indianapolis, Jacksonville. Indianapolis gonna win that game. Easy peasy. Jacksonville will most likely be the worst team in the NFL this year. So if you're playing that team in fantasy, y'all better play all your players when you play that team. That team will probably be the worst team in fucking football this year. And then Cleveland versus Baltimore. I hate to say it, but I'm going to go with Baltimore. I know Cleveland has that explosive offense, but I got to see it in action. Because last year we saw it in action, and it was not too nice. I know they fired their coach. They have a new coach now, so let's see how that goes. Let's see what the scheme looks like. But I just have to go with Baltimore. I think Lamar Jackson's a little too much for them. I think Lamar Jackson has a big game and gets the W. Los Angeles Chargers versus Cincinnati. I'm going to go Chargers. The Chargers obviously have the better defense. They have the better players. And I think Austin Eckler's going to have a huge game. I'll be surprised if Austin Eckler does not have a huge game. And Keenan Allen. I got Chargers. And then this game right here, Tampa Bay, New Orleans. I'm just going to say this right now. If you have any receiver in New Orleans, you play them this game. Tampa Bay last year had the worst safeties and cornerbacks in the league. The worst secondary in the league. They have an amazingly talented defensive line, but they get thrown on. They're going to get thrown on all year this year. Also, I'm expecting this game to be, if Tampa Bay wants any chance of winning this game, they're going to have to throw the whole game because they're going to be behind the whole game. I think, because New Orleans, come on, Michael Thomas, Emmanuel Sanders, Cook. It's good. I don't know if Kamara, I'm going to be honest, I don't know if Kamara has a big game here because that Tampa Bay was the best team against the run last year. But the thing on the bright side, Kamara is a catching back, so Kamara can hurt him catching the ball. So we'll see how it goes, but I'm going to go in New Orleans. I think New Orleans spoils Tom Brady's debut. I don't think the safeties and cornerbacks can keep up with the New Orleans receivers. That's going to be the key because obviously we know Tampa Bay can stop the run, but they're not going to be able to. I expect a huge game from Michael Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders. This game, it's gonna. There's just no way if it's because literally the Bucks didn't draft anybody at corner or safety, so it's literally the same dudes. I have a feeling these dudes are gonna get fucking torched, and then Mike Evans is gonna have a hard time with Lattimore. So we'll see. Also, Mike Evans might not even play. So just a heads up, if you have him in fantasy, you guys got to keep an eye out. I think he's a game time decision. So keep an eye out for Mike Evans. But yeah, I got the Saints winning that game. Also, Arizona, San Francisco. Let's be real here. I got San Francisco, even though Arizona has a new scheme. We're finally going to see the scheme that they wanted to run last year. We're going to see how it looks with the top wide receiver in the league. But yeah, I think the Niners that defense is just going to kill the Cardinals. I'll be surprised if the Cardinals score more than 4 touchdowns. Well, if the Cardinals even score 4 touchdowns. I think that San Francisco D is going to be lights out again this year. And for the Dallas Rams game, I got Dallas. Dallas just got too much on offense from Zeke, fucking Amari. Well, even though Amari's going to get shadowed by Ramsey, I think Lamb and Gallup will get the job done, and Zeke as well. So I got the Cowboys for this one. And for the Monday night games, there's 2 games, by the way. There's one at 4 and there's one at 7. I got Pittsburgh for the first game. That defense gonna get them the dub, straight up. I think they make it hard on Saquon, and obviously we know the Giants. Their receivers are mediocre. Minka Fitzpatrick should have fun that game. I'm pretty sure that man will get a pick that game. The Giants, I don't know. We'll see though. Hopefully Danny Dimes doesn't fumble. We know, according to my friend that's a big Giants fan, Danny Dimes been hitting them weights because he don't want to fumble. So we're going to find out because they're going to pressure the fuck out this man this game. But I got Pittsburgh winning that. And then Tennessee, Denver, I got Tennessee. And also prayers up to Von Miller. I know he's going to get surgery. He messed up a ligament in his ankle or something. So that sucks for Von Miller. But I got Tennessee winning this one. I don't think Denver will be able to stop Derrick Henry. He's just going to pick up where he left off last year, running all over everybody's fucking face. So, yeah. I'm expecting a big game from Tennessee. And then Tennessee has 2 good corners, all-pro corner on one side. And then they got Clowney. I want to see what Clowney looks like in this defense. But yeah, I got Tennessee. That's pretty much it. That's the Fat Boy Pick'ems for week 1. And also my predictions for the Super Bowl. First, let me say who I think the contenders are going to be in the AFC. This year the AFC is fucking stacked with contenders. I don't think any of these teams will be pretenders. I'm going to be honest. I think the Buffalo Bills are contenders. I still think the Patriots are contenders, and the Kansas City Chiefs are contenders. All 3 of those teams are contenders, and the Rams. Not the Rams. Ugh, stupid. The Ravens. So Bills, Pats, Ravens, KC. Those are the 4 contenders. Those are literally the 4 teams that are going to go to the playoffs. Those are locked for the playoffs. I'm going to be honest. I kind of want to bet on the Bills to make it to the Super Bowl. But I know I've talked about Josh Allen. I think this is going to be his year. He's going to take steps forward. I do think Josh Allen will take steps to becoming a better quarterback this year. But I don't think it's going to be enough. He ain't going to grow as much as we all think. But he will show maturity. But I think he doesn't have it in him yet to get to the Super Bowl. But next year, for sure, I do think the Buffalo Bills will make it to the Super Bowl. But this year, I'm going to have to go with the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs pull it out again. They find a way to gut it out and beat everybody and get back to the Super Bowl. And for the NFC, the only contenders I really see, I'm going to be honest, it's going to suck to say this. The only contenders I think are the Saints and the 49ers. There's going to be teams that appear like they're contenders, but they're pretenders. I'm telling you right now, the Seattle Seahawks, pretenders. They're pretenders. Those guys do not have enough defensively to keep up with those two teams. Offensively, they can kind of match them, but defensively, they cannot match the Saints or the 49ers. That's why they're pretenders. And to me, I think also Dallas is going to be pretenders. Dallas is always talked about. Let's just be honest here. The Dallas Cowboys are always fucking talked about. Winning or losing, they're always talked about. I think Dallas will have a way better season this year than they have last year. Because Dak Prescott needs to show why the fuck he wants that 40 mil. I do not think that man is worth 40 mil. If you've listened to my pod before, I stay shitting on that man, and I don't fucking care. No fucks given. He plays like shit when it matters. He shits on the fucking shittier teams, and he goes off against the Giants, against the fucking Redskins, which inflates his stats crazy. Like, it inflates his stats. It's out of control. But yeah, the Dallas Cowboys are going to be pretenders. They might look good this year, but they're pretenders. That defense is going to be way better this year. They need to get a lot from DeMarcus Lawrence this year. That man just got paid. He need to show why the fuck he got paid this year. But yeah, I think the Dallas Cowboys are pretenders. To me, to be honest, the only contenders to me in the NFC are the Niners and Saints. Let's be real. I think those two dudes, even though Minnesota beat the Saints last year, that is definitely not going to happen this year. I got the Saints taking it this year to go into the Super Bowl. So my prediction for the Super Bowl, it's going to be Saints, KC, and I'm gonna throw it out there. I got I got the Saints winning it all this year. Like, hopefully they don't fucking bamboozle me, because they're always getting picked to go to the Super Bowl and they shit the bed. But I think this is the year. And then Drew Brees is going to retire after winning the Super Bowl this year. I think Drew Brees gets his last chip and he walks off into the sunset a champion. Yep. I'm picking the Saints. Fuck it. I'm gonna go with the Saints. Saints KC Super Bowl. Saints take it. And that's it for today's pod. I hope you guys enjoyed the pod. I'm going to try to pod next. Obviously, I did the Fat Boys pick, week 1 pick. So obviously, I'm going to try my hardest to pod next week. It's not that simple to pod right now. But if anything, I'll release the pod on Thursday. Fuck it. I'll guarantee it. I will do a fucking pod. I won't be a fucking lazy fuck. Even if I'm tired as fuck from work, I'll do it before I go to work. Well, I'll do it after work on Thursday. But yeah. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the pod. Stay safe out there, please. We all know this COVID shit is no fucking joke. Please wear your mask. Please make sure to sanitize your hands and wash them. Yeah. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go to bed. Be safe, y'all. Peace.